Hello students, Namaskara. Welcome all of you to Vedantu Karnataka. Hegidira ellaru chennagidira. Yes, please let me know if I'm audible and visible to all of you as well. Bega chat box al ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳಿಸಿ if I'm clearly visible and audible. So sorry students, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ late ಆಯಿತು because ತುಂಬಾ ಮಳೆ. Okay? ರೈಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರೋಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಜಾಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನಿಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ಥರನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಬಲ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್, ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್. ಯಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಈ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್, ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ನೋ ಪಲ್ಲವಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಬೇಗ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್. ಎಸ್ ಓಹೋ ಸಾರಿ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ನೋ ಪಲ್ಲವಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ನೋ ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಕಮಾನ್. BSc ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಂಕಿತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು we understood how to do microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಚೆಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್, ಹೆಂಗ್ ನಾವು ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೀಟ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಆ ಲೈಕ್ ಬಟನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೇನು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಲೈಕ್ ಬಟನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೆಲೋ ಪಲ್ಲವಿ, ಹಲೋ ಪ್ರತೀಕ್, ಹಲೋ ರವಿ, ರಜನಿ, ಸುನಿತಾ, ಆಂಜಲಿನಾ. Yes, hi. Okay, yes. Illa BSc nursing with your KCET marks you can directly go for admissions. Inu exam bariyakenu illa. Okay, because adu degree course alva. So pollination ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ students. So pollination and its type means what? Pollination means what? First of all, we should understand that it is basically transfer. Okay, transfer of pollen grains. Okay, transfer of pollen grains from anther, okay, from anther to stigma, from anther to stigma. Now ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಎರಡು ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, anther ಮತ್ತೆ stigma ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ. ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಫೋಕಸಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ making our 12th more strong. Okay, so this is a normal plant. Okay, I've just kept a base like that and I've drawn it. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಈ ಆಂಥರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಆ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲ್? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಂಥರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್? ನಾಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ same plant, different flower, it can fall on different plants itself alva. Different plants if it falls, okay, let's say ide same scenario, same plants agirbodu. Okay, same plants, it can be different plants idre variation nadiyutte students. Different plants illa andre variation nadiyalla. What is variation andre just like how in us, okay, how in us like if let's say same family inda madve madre, okay, same family inda madve madre, there is chances that the genetic disorder, let's say ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೇನು ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ ಇದ್ರೇನು ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟೂ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, another person is in south ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ there is no way that a disease which is running in the family will pass on. See, it can be recessive, it can be dominant, adu bere story, but generally family to family if the marriage happens, variation ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆತರನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, basically there will be no variation. Okay, no variation. But different plants, if it is there, there is going to be variation. Clear, simple, easy. Now, pollination, when I talk about pollination means transfer of pollen grains. Now, how does this pollen grains get transferred? All of you please tell me in the chat box. Bega. Young ma'am, pollination transfer. How does the transfer happens? Students, simple thing, students. Transfer, okay, this word transfer can happen with the help of two things. What are the two things that can take place? One is biotic factors. Okay, biotic factors. One is abiotic factors. Okay, abiotic. Biotic andre what? Living. Okay, abiotic means non-living. In biotic, the main fellow who is going to help in transfer of the pollen grains is going to be insect. It's going to be what? Insect. All of you have seen honeybee and all. It flies and goes. No? So same way here also insects. Okay. Abiotic bandbit students, wind matte water. Okay. Wind matte water. These two are the abiotic ones. So is this clear? E notes ella nimige nan Telegram channel alli irutte. Gopika Biology official matte Vedantu Karnataka main Telegram channel alli irutte. Okay na? So this is what the general idea is. Now let's try to learn what are the types of pollination, not just agents. Let's also study about the types. Okay? Not just agents, we are also going to study the types of pollination, that is same plant, different plant, what is the name for it. Okay? Start madana. So pollination bandbito. Okay, pollination, three types irutte students mainly, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, first bandbittu same. So nam phone allu on setting ide, auto mode. How many of you know auto mode? Please raise hands in your chat box. Come on, tell me how many of you know auto mode. Auto mode means what? ನಾನು ಫೋನ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಆಟೋ ಮೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್, ಬ್ರೈಟ್ನೆಸ್, ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಷರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಫೋನೇ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆಟೋ ಮೋಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಫೋನೇ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ನಾವು ಆಟೋ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಮೋಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ auto word we always remember. Now autogamy means what? Then it will be self. That means same plants. Okay, same plants. So look here, autogamy that means what students? I told you self. Okay, so autogamy ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು word ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು self pollination. Self pollination. Clear? Yes or no? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Yes, please let me know. Autogamy, that means what students? Okay, ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೀವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ನೌ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಟೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಗಿಯೆಟ್ನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ. ಗಿಟ್ನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿನೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಗೇಟ್ನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿನೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಗೇಟ್ನೋಗ್ಯಾಮಿ ಅಂದರೆ here what is going to be, it's kind of like a self pollination, but there's going to be a difference. Okay, I'll draw the diagram and show you. And the last one is going to be xenogamy. Okay, xenogamy. Idu proper students cross pollination. Okay na, proper cross pollination. Cross pollination. Now let's draw the diagram and understand this. Okay, let's draw the diagram and understand. Look here. First we will draw, okay, one stigma. Okay, one stigma. Here one more we will draw. One second. So illond stigma draw ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಆಂಥರ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು, ಆ ಆಂಥರ್ ಇಂದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. So landed. Okay, this is going to be self pollination. This one first, autogamy. Second one with geitonogamy. What is geitonogamy? Now I'll show you. Let's take, this is a plant. Okay, this is a plant. On this plant there are few flowers. Okay, flower. Okay, now ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ students, same plant in the from this flower, okay, from this flower, let's say from this flower or this flower, the pollen grains have transferred to the stigma. Who has transferred? Pollen has transferred. So andre same plant alle two different flowers. Okay, same plant, different flowers, the pollen grains have got transferred. Last banದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು? Xenogamy. Xenogamy to super easy students. Xenogamy andre this is anther of one plant. Okay, this is stigma of another plant. Okay, with the help of a bee or with the help of wind or with the help of anything. Okay, let's draw an insect here. Okay, with the help of this insect, the pollen grains are going to reach here. Okay, with the help of an insect, the pollen grains are going to reach here. So this is proper cross pollination. Artha aita ellarigu? Okay, so I'm labeling it C. So this is C. Okay, I'm labeling it B. Okay, this is B. And obviously this is going to be A. Okay, with diagrams it becomes easier to understand, students. Okay, it becomes easier to understand. So this is the whole thing. Okay, three types of pollination: autogamy, gaetogamy, xenogamy. Xenogamy is also called as cross pollination. Autogamy is also called as self pollination. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So here this is the three diagrams that you have to understand. Okay, now let's start and understand. I already taught you about biotic and abiotic factors. Andre pollination ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, transfer of pollens ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, there are some factors who are going to interfere in between. Like first is your insect, water, wind. So ಅದನ್ನ classification ಏನು? Biotic ಮತ್ತೆ abiotic ಅಲ್ವಾ? So ನಮಗೆ first start ಮಾಡೋಣ with wind pollination. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ NCERT line by line. So here this way it becomes easier for you to understand. Okay, now pollination by wind is more common amongst the abiotic pollination. So compare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ water ಮತ್ತೆ wind ನ compare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ wind ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Why? Because wind, obviously students, wind is going to be more popular than water. Okay, now wind pollination also requires that the pollen grains are light and non-sticky. ಅವರು ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆವಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದ ವಿಂಡ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅದು ಆಂಥರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಮೈಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ. ಓಕೆ, so that they can be transported in wind currents. They often possesses well exposed stamen. So well exposed stamen, and then what is stamen? It has anther and filament. So well exposed stamen means it's easier for us to transfer the pollen grains and go. Okay, so well exposed stamens so that the pollens are easily dispersed into the wind currents, and large often feathery stigma. Yak students feathery stigma irbeku? So imagine nan window, ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ನನಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫೆದರಿ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂಥರ ಏನದು ಅಡ್ಯಾಪ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ for nature to do its continuation, ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮಿಂಟು ಅಂಡ್ ಬಂಟಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಟು ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ flowers are not made just so that we can celebrate some festival or some days of our life. No, it is made so that the flowers can ultimately form seed and fruit. So adik ontara adaptation. Okay, this is all an adaptation. Feathery stigma, long exposed stamen, light and non-sticky pollen grains. Okay na? So il nodi, often feathery stigma to easily trap the airborne pollen grains. Wind pollinated flowers. Okay, wind pollinated flowers have a single ovule. Okay, they have a single ovule, but again exceptions ide. So they have a single ovule in each ovary and numerous flowers. Okay, numerous flowers packed into an inflorescence. Inflorescence andre ಒಂದು bunch of flowers. Okay, ಒಂದು bunch of flowers. Maybe the flowers are very small. So flowers ತುಂಬಾ small ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು insect attract ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ they cannot also have they cannot be easily transfer of pollen grains cannot happen. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? The nature itself will make a complete inflorescence. ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? So a familiar example is corncob. The tassel you see are nothing but stigma. So idella ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ correction ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They have told it is the ear. Okay, so corncob, tassels no. So corncob example. Okay, the tassels you see is nothing but the stigma and style. No, it is not the stigma and style. It is the ear. Okay, in which the wave in the wind. So new NCERT ಅಲ್ಲಿ correction ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Okay, new NCERT the correction has been made. For NEET students, if you want to know what are the corrections, you can please check out our video on NEET English channel. Okay, Next one bit, water pollinated flowers. Water pollinated flowers only. See, some examples of water pollinated plants are Vallisneria and Hydrilla. Example, they will ask you students, which grow in fresh water, and several marine sea grasses such as Zostera. Okay, not all aquatic plants use water for pollination. In a majority of aquatic plants such as water hyacinth and water lily. So, ಎಷ್ಟು examples ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Zostera, Hyacinth, Lily. Okay, 5 examples ಇದೆ water pollinated ಅಲ್ಲಿ. The flowers emerge above the level of water and pollinated by insects. See, even though option ಇದೆ, water pollination ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Okay, there is an option like that, but still, what will this water, the ones which are like water hyacinth and water lily do? They will come above the surface of water. So, students, imagine ide surface of water. Okay, this is the surface of water. This is the surface of water. So, what will they do, students? They will come above. Okay, they will come above like this. Let's say this is a flower. They'll come above like this, and they will wait for insect or wind to pollinate them. Why? Because the chances of water pollination is comparatively less. So, water alli enagutte, pollen grains release adre, there is chances that the pollen grains will sink. Illa andre enadru aquatic organism can attach it and go. Atara tumba problems ide. So, chances of pollination tumba kadime ide. So, adikke water hyacinth, water lily alla, it comes above the water level, and expect an insect or a wind to pollinate them, because the chances of pollination is very high there. Okay, so look here, in Vallisneria, the female flower reaches the surface of water by a long stalk, and the male flower or the pollen grain. So, illenagutte, in Vallisneria, with the help of a long stalk, okay, diagram kottidare NCERT alli, with the help of a long stalk, they will come above the water. Okay, they'll come above the water, and now what is going to happen, children? The male flowers or the pollen grains are released onto the surface of water. Okay, on the surface of water. Now, remember that. Okay, remember. Hi Tarun. Hi Suchitra. So, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ students? Very simple ಅಲ್ವಾ? They have long stalks. So, ಅವರು ಕೆಳಗಿಂದ ಮೇಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್, pollen grains release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Obviously, pollination ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But ma'am, how do we protect the pollen grains? Because pollen grains can get wet. Okay, they can sink. So, how do we protect the pollen grain? For that, students, they have a mucilaginous covering. So, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇವಾಗ. See, they are carried passively by water current. Some of them eventually reach the female flowers and the stigma. Another group of water pollinated plants such as sea grasses, that is Zostera, okay, sea grasses, female flowers remain submerged. Andre, they will not come up. Submerged in the water, and the pollen grains are released inside the water. Pollen grains in many such species are long ribbon-like. So, pollen grains in some are long ribbon-like, okay, long ribbon-like, and they are carried passively inside the water. Some of them reach the stigma and achieve pollination. In most of the water pollinated species, pollen grains are protected, see, by a mucilaginous covering. Artha aita? Yes, understood all of you? Yes or no? Ayyo, sorry. Nimisha students. 1 second, I'll just show you people here. So, what did I explain so far? Okay, first adanna ondu like overview madana. So, it's not outbreeding devices. It is basically water pollination. Okay, water pollinated. See, this notes will be, you'll be thinking, ma'am, too early you're teaching us, okay? But remember, students, this notes will be so useful for your FA1. Adenadu midterm ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗಲೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಸಿನೇರಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ವ್ಯಾಲಿಸಿನೇರಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, then we have Hydrilla, okay, then we have water lily, okay, hyacinth and Zostera, okay, seagrass. So these are the example. Okay, so let's say we make VHIHZ. Okay, there's no trick to make this because words ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ complicated ಆಗಿದೆ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ letters ಎಲ್ಲ mix ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು word, you will not get a word. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ students, what is going to happen? Normally this is the water. Okay, This is the water. Some of them, like your Vallisneria, with the help of long stalk, okay, with the help of the long stalk, they will try to come above, okay, they will try to come above the, level of the water, and they will wait for the pollen grains which are released in the water. Understood? So what will happen? Vallisneria kind of plants will come above, okay, above the water level, and they will be waiting for the pollen grains. So pollen grains will release agute, and they will be moved with the help of water currents, okay, they will move with the help of water currents. Now in other cases like your Zostera, here the sea grasses, these people are going to remain submerged, okay. They are going to remain submerged. Nan sumne draw ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. So they are going to be remaining submerged. Underwater ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. But here what is going to happen, students? Here also the pollen grain will be released. Okay, like this pollen grains will be released. But the pollen grains are going to be long, ribbon-like pollen grains. And some of them will achieve pollination. Some of them will not achieve pollination. Okay. So these people are going to be submerged. Okay, submerged underwater. And these people are going to come above the water, okay, above the surface, okay, they're going to come above the surface. Now remember that these ribbon-like ones, to protect them, we have something called as the mucilaginous sheath. What do we have? Mucilaginous sheath, okay. Students, ontara covering adu, okay, to make sure that water does not enter, okay, water does not enter when mucilaginous sheath will be given. Now water pollination commonly most of the plants don't do, because of the main reason is there is very less chances for pollination to happen. So what they will do, some of them will come above the water level and they'll wait for wind or water pollination to happen. Clear to all of you? Yes or no? Is this clear? So this is your water pollination. Please remember the 5 example, and please remember seagrass and Vallisneria separately, okay. Now let's come to insect pollination, okay. Insect pollination, what we have to study? Majority of the insect pollinated flowers are large and colorful. Obviously students, insect na attract madbekandre flowers should be large and colorful, okay. Large, colorful, fragrant and rich in nectar. So remember that nectar means the sweet, like we tell, no, nectar is collected by the honeybees to make the honey, just like that. So that is given as a reward. Reward andre eno, ivaga neevu nan class attend madre ishtu marks you will be getting. Now that's kind of like a reward, that okay ma'am, if I attend your 1 hour class, I'm going to get this much marks. Let's say when you're going or when you're doing some job, okay, you're doing like you're helping your mom to wash vessels or something, she gives you like 20 rupees. That's a reward. Atara ivaga on honeybee, if it is coming to a flower should give a reward, because flower is being able to get pollinated because of that. So adike pollination mada insects ige this this insect pollinated flowers will give a reward for them, that is the nectar and the pollen grains, okay. So when the flowers are small, a number of flowers cluster into an inflorescence to make them conspicuous, that is to look more, okay, to see that okay the insects will be able to attract. Now animals are attracted to flowers by color or fragrance. Simple students, animals get attracted by color or fragrance. The flowers pollinated by flies, beetles secrete a foul odor. So ee honeybees ella nice fragrance ira flower atra hogtare, but flies matte beetles ilva, ಅದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಫೌಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಫೌಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಫೌಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿರೋದು, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ವಾಸನೆ ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ವಾಸನೆ ಇರೋ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಈ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೀಟಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹನಿ ಬಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ಲವ್ಸ್ ದ ನೈಸ್ ಫ್ರೇಗ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಓಕೆ. ಟು ಸಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್, ದ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. That means ಅವ್ರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ವಿ ಗಿವ್ ದಮ್ 1 chocolate. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ದಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಇಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದಮ್ ದ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್? ದ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ನೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ nectar and pollen grains are given as a reward. So here if you understand, you remember that I taught you essential and non-essential. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು? ಕೊರೋಲಾ. Corolla is the wall that is helping this insects get attracted. What are the units present inside the corolla? It's going to be the petals. Okay, it's going to be the petals. Clear? Done? Simple? Easy? Okay. Okay. Now, students, pollination by animals ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂಥರ mutualism ಇದೆ. Mutualism ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So let's take example that I am doing something for you and you are doing something back for me. Okay, that is called as mutualism. Like how lichens are there. Algae will provide food for fungi and fungi will provide protection for algae. ಅದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂಥರ ಒಂದು mutualism. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನ್ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡು, ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, like no one is harmed in the process. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು example is yucca, yucca moth in yucca flower. So the moth name is Pronuba, but you don't have to know it. So what will they do, students? They will lay their eggs inside the ovary and the ovary is going to protect them, and instead these people are going to pollinate and give the flower. Okay, so remember this example. Okay, and next one is pollination by animals. In some species, floral rewards are providing safe place to lay eggs. An example is that the tallest flower, okay, Amorphophallus, the flower itself is 6 feet in height, so it has to provide the protection for the insect that is coming and laying its egg in the ovary, or let's say laying the egg. So instead what will happen, the beetle or the the fly will help them pollinate. So it's like a mutualism, like I will let's say the fly is telling, okay, I'll lay my eggs here, okay, eggs here, you protect the eggs, okay, you protect the eggs, so instead I will pollinate and give, like that. Okay, understood? Yes, did you all mark your attendance? Did you all mark your attendance? ಬೇಗ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ತುಂಬ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ದಿನ ತುಂಬ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಎಸ್ ಓ ನೋ? ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? So that is your pollination. Okay, that is your pollination. Now, outbreeding devices. So students, ivaga self-pollination ಬಗ್ಗೆ we already spoke. But if a plant undergoes continuous self-pollination, what will happen if a plant undergoes continuous self-pollination? Then, okay, if the plant undergoes continuous, okay, one ನಿಮಿಷ. Continuous. If a plant undergoes continuous self-pollination, that will lead to students inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression. Just imagine ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ಡೈಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ, you will not talk to anyone, you will not text anyone, you will not call anyone, full time you're sitting in your room just like that, you will also start feeling depression. You'll also start feeling depressed. So same way, if a plant undergoes continuous self-pollination ಅಂದ್ರೆ same stigma, same anther, okay, same plant though. So if that happens, that is going to lead to inbreeding depression. Now plants itself know that inbreeding depression is going to happen, so they also know how to avoid this inbreeding depression. So idanna avoid madake students, that devices are called as outbreeding devices. Understood? To prevent inbreeding depression, the devices we are using is called as outbreeding devices. So there are basically 4 outbreeding devices given in your NCERT, so that we have to study. Okay, outbreeding devices. Which are the outbreeding devices? Let's see. First of all, main problem, self-pollination, the main reason is that the anther is falling on that means the pollen grains are falling on the stigma. So normally this is the situation. Hello students, this is the situation. No, so the plant will decide that let's do one thing, let's change the length. Okay, let's just change the length of the anther and stigma, so this way pollination will not happen naturally. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇವಾಗ pollen grains has to go against the gravity. So first thing that they do is change the size. Okay, change the length. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು terminology ಇದೆ students, but you don't have that. Change the length of anther and stigma. Okay, any one length will be changed. That is the first step. So here normally ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, self pollination ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, self pollination ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Second ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, see second main issue ಅಂದ್ರೆ when the pollen grains are falling, this stigma is like, okay, you are my pollen grain, so it's fine. So that will be removed. That means self-compatibility. Self-compatibility, that is self-incompatibility. Self-incompatible. And the same pollens, okay, same pollens fall, stigma will reject them. Okay, stigma will reject them. So let's take example. If this is the stigma, see, I'm explaining you everything with the help of a diagram, okay, which your college teacher cannot do because there's no time for that. Okay, there's no time for the college teacher to do that. Understood? So now I'm doing it here, so you should learn it. So green bandbit same, okay. So what this fellow will do, he will reject the green and he will agree for the orange if it is compatible. So self-pollen will not, self-incompatibility will happen, okay. Next one, but students, these two steps happen. Third thing that the plant can do is make, unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers, and so let's say in this plant there is like male flowers, okay, in this plant there will be female flowers like in papaya. So this is separate, so automatically the variation is going to happen, okay. Last students, last one bit, change the receptivity. That means what? If stigma is maturing first, anther will mature later, so their maturation period, the maturation is changed. So let's say first the stigma will mature, okay, stigma will mature, then only the anther will mature, okay. So first idu adu amele idu. So idಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, obviously ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ fertilization will not happen. So here the receptivity will be changed, or receptivity, or we can say maturation will be changed. Clear? Okay, clear to all of you? Yes or no? Hi Chaya, hi Sana. Okay, so this is the outbreeding devices. Okay, this is the outbreeding devices. Now artificial hybridization. Artificial hybridization andre, one second students. Yes, artificial hybridization means students, when a farmer, okay, let's take farmer Ravi. Okay, this is Ravi. Ravi wants to make sure that the pollen grains that is going to fall on the stigma is the variety that he is looking for. Andre, he is looking for a hybrid variety, or he is looking for a variety that will yield him more. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ಆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡೈಸೇಷನ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ 2 step. Okay, 2 step. First ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು emasculation, and second is bagging. So emasculation bandre, what is the meaning? Let's take example. So this is a flower. Okay, this is a flower. So inside this flower there is going to be anther. Yes ma'am, there is going to be many anthers. So what Ravi is going to do, with the help of a forceps, with the help of a instrument, okay, we can say instrument, he is going to remove these anthers, and once he removes this anther, students, obviously pollen grains from this anther will not land on the stigma, alva. So ee anthers na remove ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So this process is called as emasculation. So removal of anther, this process is called as emasculation. So emasculation aadmele he will not let that flower be like that, okay, because unnecessary pollens can come and fall. So what he is going to do, he is going to bag that flower, okay, he is going to, the example illi nodi, okay, so he is going to bag the flower so that unnecessary pollen grains or nothing will fall on this. Okay, he is going to bag it. Bagging and the students, he can use a butter paper, he can use a plastic cover. So he is going to do this process called as bagging. Okay, bagging. Now, when Ravi finds the desired pollen grains, what Ravi is going to do? He is going to take this flower, he is going to unbag this flower. Okay, he is going to unbag this flower, and students, unbag admele he is going to dust the pollen grains. Okay, so this is the answer alva. Idinda ee pollen grains na dust ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, he is going to dust it with the desired pollen. Okay, desired pollen. After this also, please understand, he is not going to leave the flower like that. He is going to do rebagging. He is going to do what? Rebagging. So idikke navu rebagging anta heltivi. Okay, after dusting the desired pollens, he is going to do rebagging. So this is called as artificial hybridization. Clear to all of you? Clear to all of you? Yes or no? So first banbitu removal of anther. Okay, removal of anther. Adamele he will do bagging. Okay, with the help of butter paper or even plastic. Okay, adamele what he will do? He will dust the desired pollen. Okay, he will dust. He will dust desired pollen, and then what he is going to do, students? He is going to do rebagging. Clear? Yes, understood? Please give me a thumbs up if all of you understood. So this is done so that Ravi can make, okay, Ravi can make a plant of his desired or let's say according to his interest, and he can also make hybrid. He can also, students, make interest hybrid aito, and he can also make this plant according to his commercial value, that is high yielding plants he can make. Arthaita? High yielding plants. If nature is doing it, they are not going to check for this, but if man is doing it, they can artificially do it. So this is called as artificial hybridization. Clear? Yes or no? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, very, very good. Just give me a minute, students. One second. Okay, yes, good job, good job. Okay, all of you copied it down? Yes, ma'am, understood? Good. Students, I was telling something, no, compatibility, stigma will reject the pollen, but adikella one connection irbekalva. Pollen pistil interaction. Nim PUC alli ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ where you have to grow the pollen tube. ಆ pollen tube grow ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅದನ್ನ accept ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎರಡು compatibility ಇರಬೇಕು. So here also same thing, students, pollen pistil interaction. That means when a pollen, okay, see, when this is the stigma, okay, this is the stigma. When a pollen comes and falls on the stigma, okay, this is one pollen, this is another pollen. When a pollen comes and falls on the stigma will check the compatibility. How will they check the compatibility? Ivaga ಒಂದು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್. Let's say the stigma accepted the pollen grains. Okay, stigma accepted the pollen. Let's say stigma accepted this pollen. Okay, this pollen, and it rejected this pollen. ಇವಾಗ ಇದು accept ಆದ್ರೆ obviously it is going to allow the pollen tube germination to start. Pollen tube germination. Okay, pollen tube germination will start. So ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ pollen grain ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು slowly pollen tube formation start ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, like this it will start forming the pollen tube. Why this pollen tube is formed, students? Because your nucleus with your male gamete, it has to enter into the egg. So adik now pollen tube germination tumba important. So this is the pollen tube. Okay, pollen tube ellinda emerge agutte pollen grain alli from the germ pod. So ee pollen grain ee tara nodidre there is space in between alva. Okay, there is space in between. Through the space only the pollen tube will start growing. Okay, like this. Okay, pollen tube growth. Understood? Now here what is there? Here obviously your embryo sac will be there. In that embryo sac, what and all will be there? Antipodals will be there. Last class ootsidini. Polar nuclei will be there. Synergids will be there. And ultimately your heroine will be here. That is the egg. Okay. Now ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ಆವತ್ತೆ synergids ಹತ್ರ there is something called as filiform apparatus. ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು finger like projections ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That filiform apparatus will tell pollen tube come this way. Okay, this is where you have to enter. And students, the pollen tube will have the tube nucleus. Okay, and the male gamete. Now they are going to get into the egg and they are going to fertilize. Okay, this is the normal thing. ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು enlarged diagram draw ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, this is your embryo sac. Okay, in this embryo sac you have 3 antipodals. ಈ ತರ 3 antipodal cells ಇದೆ, 2 polar nuclei, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 synergids. Okay, synergids ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ egg will be there. Okay, ಇವಾಗ ಈ synergids ಹತ್ರ there is something called as filiform apparatus. ಈ ತರ finger like. ಈ filiform apparatus ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು it will tell pollen grains ilba. Okay, you come this way. So here what is going to happen? The pollen grains are going to come like this. Okay, sorry, the pollen tube. Okay, is going to come like this and it is going to fuse with the egg. No, it is waiting to fuse with the egg. But students, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? In some plants, okay, in some plants, almost on 60% plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ, okay, in 60% angiosperm, okay, in 60% angiosperm, this is the case. That means it is going to happen in a 2-cell stage. Okay, 2-cell stage. But in rest of them, okay, in the rest of them, rest angiosperms, it will happen in a 3-celled stage. 3-celled stage. Normally 2-cell stage andre eno pollen grains alli already I have taught you generative cell and one vegetative cell. Okay, 3-cell stage andre 1 vegetative cell and 2 generative cell. Okay, that means here we are expecting 2 male gametes. Okay, 1 male gamete. Okay, 2 male gamete. So normal scenario dalli students, ee generative cell al male gamete irutte, that will fuse with the egg and that is called as syngamy. That is called as syngamy. But in some cases what is going to happen, in where there is 3-celled andre 1 vegetative cell 2 generative cell iro situation alli, obviously 2 male gametes idre adu ಹೇಳುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನಗೂ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನಗೂ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. But we have only 1 egg. So in that case we go for triple fusion. We go for what? Triple fusion. Clear to all of you? This is pollen pistil interaction. Let me just duplicate it and show you people. So students, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದನ್ನ erase ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, so if it is a 3-celled stage, okay, if it is a 3-celled scenario, one male gamete, okay, 1 male gamete obviously will fuse with the egg and that is called as syngamy. That is called as syngamy. But ಈ scenarioದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು male gamete ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, so one more male gamete, the other male gamete will fuse with whom? Can it fuse with synergids? No, it cannot fuse with synergids. Can it fuse with antipodal cells? No, it cannot fuse with antipodal cells. So it will fuse with the polar nuclei. Where is polar nuclei, students? Last class I told you this is your polar nuclei. It will fuse with the polar nuclei, and because these people are considered as one cell, but I would get two nucleus there. So this two cells alva. So we call this triple fusion. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, n 2n. ಓಕೆ, zygote ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 2n. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ n, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2n, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 3n. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ syngamy will give me the zygote, okay, or the embryo. Triple fusion will give me the endosperm. I can call it endosperm, or I can call it primary endosperm nucleus. Clear to all of you? Yes or no? Understood? Understood? Yes, very good. It's called triple fusion. Very good. Okay, it's called triple fusion. Okay, should I erase this middle portion? Okay, I'll just erase this much so that there's no confusion. So, students, to provide the nourishment, okay, to provide the nourishment, okay, to provide the nourishment for the zygote, this endosperm is going to be the one that will provide the nourishment. And how did we form the endosperm? With the help of triple fusion. Okay, clear? Yes or no? Understood? I've drawn it with the help of diagram, so that it's easier for you people to understand. It banbid ella angiosperms allo aa case iralla. 60% two cell stage. Two cell stage andre one vegetative cell matte one generative cell. So one generative cell andre only one male gamete. Okay. 3 cell stage andre one vegetative cell, two generative cell. So students, the pollen grain formationally somewhere in the middle, this generative cell will undergo mitosis, and because of that mitosis we will be able to get two male gametes. That is how it is happening. Okay, so iltanka, let's say it is only in one cell stage, suddenly it will undergo mitosis and it will become two male gametes. One will fuse with this fellow, one will go and fuse with this fellow. Understood? That is how it happens. Okay, that is how it happens. Okay, this is your pollen pistil interaction. Clear? Yes. So these are the main things. Okay, one second, students. Okay, these are the main things that you have to know in your fertilization. Any doubt here? Any doubt here? Okay, so we have studied pollination, we have studied outbreeding devices, agents of pollination, what types of pollination, and now we have studied double fertilization. Okay, double fertilization and your pollen pistil interaction. Okay, double fertilization, once again we can just write it here. Sorry. Okay, I can't do that. Yes, if you understood, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so two scenarios draw madana students. One banbid e scenario. Okay, one embryo sac, one more embryo sac. Okay, ille enagutte, so here again antipodal cells, okay, here we have the polar nuclei. Okay, here also let's draw the polar nuclei. Here let's draw the synergids. Okay, two synergids, and behind the synergids egg is going to be there. Okay, egg is going to be there. Done. Now these synergids atra enirutte students, filiform apparatus. Okay, itara finger like projections. Okay, filiform apparatus, scenario number 1. Okay, scenario number 2 alli nanu ivaga egg draw madalla because it will become too complicated. So ille enagutte, same thing, itara pollen grains it is going to come. Okay, pollen grain formation has happened. There is going to be tube nucleus and there is going to be the male gamete. So this will go and fuse where? It is going to go and fuse with the egg. Okay, it's going to go and fuse with the egg. So ill banbit enagutte. Okay, here what is going to happen? One male gamete Okay, one male gamete plus egg will give me syngamy. Okay, syngamy will ultimately give me the zygote. Okay, zygote. Clear? Now, second scenario, same thing. The pollen tube formation is going to continue. Okay, but it is going to directly enter. Okay, and it is going to fuse with the, see, this is just a diagrammatic representation. Okay, it is going to fuse with the polar nuclei. Okay, this is going to fuse with the polar nuclei. So, this scenario the students, what will happen in this scenario? With the polar nuclei, here we are going to make triple fusion, that is one male gamete plus polar nuclei will give me, you can write PEN, primary endosperm nucleus, or in once matured it is going to form endosperm, and this is going to provide the nourishment for the growing embryo, and this is called as your triple fusion. Okay, this is called as triple fusion. So, idana ottige, like once, together, okay, together, that is here I am going to write for all of you. Okay, see. Students, this kind of notes you won't get anywhere. Okay, so please make a note and keep. Okay, and you can download it from my Telegram channel, Gopika Biology Official. Nanna hesaru Gopika, nanu odsadeno biology, nanu official. Okay, so Gopika Biology Official. So idu banbittu together we call it what? Double fertilization. Okay, double fertilization. Clear? Yes? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? You're coming to a YouTube class and asking what are they doing? They're obviously sitting in the class and studying. Okay? Done? Double fertilization. Okay? For JEE, how many questions can you expect from this chapter? You can expect 60 questions from this chapter. Okay. Full syllabus only is this chapter. Innovation, Abhishek. Okay. Yeah. Only this chapter is there for your JEE syllabus. So just study this chapter. Okay. Such innovative questions you people ask. Done? Okay. That's it for today's class, students. So if you're new to the channel, you know what is the drill. You have to subscribe to the channel and quickly mark your attendance by liking the video. And nimagi notes bekandre. Okay, if you want the notes of this video, you are going to get it in Gopika Biology Official. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Gopika Biology. You can just search Gopika, you will get the channel, and you will get it on Vedantu Karnataka Telegram channel. Okay, Vedantu Karnataka Telegram channel, both are telegrams. Got it? So don't forget, you will get this notes on the Telegram channel. Okay, clear? Yes. Thank you so much, students, for joining. Do not forget, if you're looking for a NEET batch, then the link is in the description. Okay, if you're looking for a 1 year prime batch andre one full 11th ಮತ್ತೆ 12th full classes ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಲೈವ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. So we will be teaching you in the batch class as well with other teachers who are a part of our offline centers. Okay, so our own training ಮತ್ತೆ online training ಎರಡು ಒಂದು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ DNA ಬ್ಯಾಚ್. ಏನಾದರೂ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವೇದಾಂತು ನೀಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ನೀಟ್ ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಟ್ a price of 4,999 you're going to get 300 plus live sessions, everyday classes, proper schedule, weekly test, ತತ್ವ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ 500 ಅದರ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಟೆಸ್ಟು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? So thank you so much students. See you all. Take care. Bye bye. Do not forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel if you're not, because we are already crossed 30k. Let's make it 50k soon. Okay? Thank you. Bye bye.